Hey G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. We're going to be doing something special today. We are at the Champlin Fighter Museum in Mesa, Arizona. So we're taking you around, showing you some historical aircraft. If we flip the camera around, hold on one sec. You see that old ACAC gun? That looked like it was used on a Navy ship, so there's a lot more to come, so hold on. So here's a closer look at the ACAC gun. You can see where the gunner sat. Let's look at the size of the barrels on that thing. The recoil spring. It just kind of puts things into perspective. I know we play with the toys, the 3 3/4 inch. We're all familiar with the ratcheting pieces, but just look at that. You know, I'm 6'6", and look how high it is over my head. This is simply amazing. Okay, take a look at this beautiful Navy jet. So I'm going to climb up the ladder here. Of course, we got the dummy pilot. Boy, we don't see this in our toys, do we? It would be his oxygen mask, of course his helmet, the ejector, air intake. Look at the range on this thing. Missiles, it's drop tanks. Familiar with this with Roadblock, the Ma Deuce, the 50 caliber. So here's more of the missile. Wing, this is a Navy jet. I'm not sure if this is a Thud or not. You see the wings will fold down to help it fit better below decks. The back of that. Here's the jet itself. This works under what's called the Venturi principle. It's increased decreased forward velocity with increased lateral pressure, and it's the lateral pressure that makes it.
Oh, this.
Yes, that makes the air blow through the jet. It's like blowing through a coffee straw. You get a faster speed from it, but you can see how it was burning underneath here. For all you motorheads out here, jet engines for your prop planes. These are for prop planes. Pratt Whitney aircraft. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see a picture. Right there. I think this one is a MiG. Not real sure. If somebody knows any different, let me know. Greatly appreciate it. Different language on there for sure. Red Star. Yeah, that's written in Russian. So this is definitely a Russian MiG. So you can see the Russian writing. This is a captured MiG. It's more of the Russian writing. inside the cockpit there. .507. The front nose. This would have all of its guidance systems in it. This nose. This is one of ours. Looks like it would have been used in the Korean War. Not sure the name of the plane, but it looks like one my Uncle Gene would have flown. Has the swept back wings on it. Hi, Mom. So this would have definitely been going up against the MiGs in China, or when China was fighting us in Korea. But just look at the shiny aluminum. You know, they were all aluminum because they really didn't have a chance to paint them. There's the air brake. Okay, so the one was a MiG-15, 1949, and the other one was a Sabre jet, 1949 as well. So they would both definitely been in Korea. We go Willie's Jeep, 50 caliber up on the back. I mean, these things are great, but the air conditioning really sucks on them. These were used from World War II through Korea up into the 80s before the Humvee was created. But what was interesting, you could wrap these in a giant tarp, tie it up, and they would float. Had a crew capacity of 4. Person in the back would jump up to man the 50 cal. Of course, you could put a wounded soldier on the hood if need be. World War I biplane. Take a look at this, honey. Ain't she beautiful? Okay, here's the German Messerschmitt. This is still canvas over wood. You can see the wood on here. Single seater cockpit. Very easy controls to work. You have your foot pedals down there. No parachute, guys. No parachute. No ejector seat. So you caught on fire, you either shot yourself in the head or you went down with the aircraft. Alrighty. UH-1B Huey. Vietnam.
Which one? Which Vietnam?
Yeah, Vietnam.
The original one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying.
Yeah. The Alley Cats. This is something my dad would have flown in. 2-seater. Right up here, it has a 30 caliber cannon. You know, something very similar to what Wild Bill would have been in. Then we had the 50 cal here on the wing. You see it rotates out. Then you have your Hellfire missiles here on the side. It would crew 5. You put your wounded down on here. First aid kit up in here. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, a little bit of armored decking, but it didn't do you much good. Very humbling that this is something my pops would have flown in. Dave Sale Colonel and SP5 Bob Warner. Turn to pool, little fire extinguisher. You see the control panels in there. This is at the Champlin Fighter Museum in Mesa, Arizona. Okay, this is World War II bomb. This little spinner right up at the front, as they would drop, it would spin, and that would arm the bomb.
One for the band. For the band.
Yeah. Look at this old radio.
Hey, walk it out of the way.
Look at that. People listen to the broadcast of World War II going on. This was the life vest that the pilots would have worn. Old bicycle you would rode around in on base. Radio that would have been used on the aircraft or on base as well. This is one of our guys. Just take a look at that. Gosh, wood and canvas, guys. It's amazing. These guys had no armor. Our boys in World War I, no armor, no parachutes. Flew by luck and the grace of God. Absolutely amazing. World War II Army officer, RAF uniform. You have the RAF patch, so it would have been a lieutenant, as they would call it. And you have your crush hat. They call it a crush hat because you could fold it up and put it in your pocket. Their flight wings. Absolutely amazing. These are the boots they would have worn in World War I. World War I uniform. This thing is over 100 years old now. Looks like either a colonel or a major. Over 100 years old. Had a nice gentleman correct me, this is a colonel. A major with his gold leaves. Correction on this airplane, this is a Fokker-Wulf. A black biplane. Then his scarf, they wore a scarf so their necks wouldn't chafe when they're looking around. This would have been silk. Of course, they would have wore the leather skull caps. He had his twin guns. Gauges are an American, of course. But this is just an absolutely beautiful aircraft. Okay, look at this. This is the uniform for the Navy pilots in World War II. You can see that they have a dye marker so they could be seen when they hit the water. This would have been a strobe light so they could be seen at night. This would have been on an aircraft carrier, something like the Enterprise. You can tell the aircraft is blue or a dark blue. The wings folded up so they could fit them below decks. Check out that one hanging from the ceiling. She is absolutely beautiful. It's a WS-01. I'm going to flip around here real quick. Show you more uniforms. And right here, these are the Red Wings. This was the Tuskegee Airmen. They got a lot of flack, no pun intended, for being African American, but they certainly did a fantastic job in Italy and really saved a lot of lives of American fighters. Here'd be another Tuskegee Airman. So thank you, gentlemen, for your bravery, your service, and for taking a lot of crap from everybody for wanting to serve. African American nurses. This would have been a WAC. I don't think that term is in use anymore. I think this is a sergeant major, or correct me if I'm wrong, but take a look at that outfit. That would have been his jump pack, the old style jump boots. So let's go back over, take a look at the medals here. Okay, let's see. Let me try to zoom in on this. That's Colonel Margaret E. Bailey, U.S. Army Nurse Corps, 1944 to 1971. So this is a depiction of Nurse Bailey. Thank you so much for serving, Nurse Bailey. So going back to the airplane, I love these Navy fighters. They are just absolutely fantastic. Some of my favorites, it's the Marine Corsair. It's one of my favorites from World War II. This would have been a mom sitting at home. You can see she has a flag. We still use this today. The star represents that you have one person serving. It could have been her husband. So down here, some military artifacts. Picture of a soldier. So thank you very much for serving. And for all the wives who served right along with their husbands. Sorry, I left the camera running. But here, the showcase of medals and badges. These look like they're German, Nazi. Oh my gosh, here we go, guys. The 9mm Luger, what I would not give to get my hands on one of those. Those were actually a huge prize for soldiers that served in World War II. Hitler Youth Knife. This is spoils of war. This is Luftwaffe engraved soft silverware. There's another knife, little Nazi flag. Japan. Oh, you guys are gonna love this when I get to it. That's a Japanese bayonet. So look how long that little sucker is. Oh, instrumental panel labels, some Japanese yen. Here we go. Take a look. This is, I kid you not, an authentic samurai sword that was captured. Japan actually buys these back. My gosh. Chris Serratus, if you are watching this, here you go, buddy. Imagine being on the ground under heavy fire, and then you see this flying over your head, loaded down with bombs, knowing this is your brother flying over to save your ass. Pardon the French. Firing his cannons, dropping his bombs, giving you the air support you need so you could tuck and run. Interesting fact about the Tuskegee Airmen. They couldn't have black officers at first. They could only have the word eludes me, non-commissioned officers. They had to have white officers, which is pretty disappointing, but eventually they did get black officers, which we all know, and it shouldn't have been that way. Some more uniforms for you guys. Fred J. Oliver, co-pilot. Colonel Fred J. Oliver, Lieutenant Colonel, so there are his dog tags. Some of his medals, his campaign ribbons. His uniform. His Lieutenant Colonel cluster. These are highly coveted as well. These old bomber jackets. Coming over here, so they belle of the brawl. They got to decorate their jackets. That's how many bombing runs this guy went on. Sentimental value. Those are all his bombing runs. Little Joe. Isn't that cool? Heavy date, you know, they're little pinup girls. And this was from the 8th Army Corps, 490th bombing 490th bombing group, 549th bomb squadron, 303rd bomb squadron, 95th 8th Army Air Force 95th bomb group, Army Air Force 34th bomb group was for that guy. Marine uniforms. Poster for Pearl Harbor. Let me try if I can get that to zoom in. Up at the top there, it says, "We are highly resolved that these dead shall not die in vain. Remember December 7th." Look at this beauty. I'm going to go climb inside of it. So here's a little restroom. This is just the seating areas. I mean, this is like flying first class. Not much room to walk. Pictures of equipment. Oh. Couches. So I'm kind of climbing uphill. This is really interesting. Looks like this would have been the navigator's room. There's a chart. More room. Instrument panels. They don't allow you to get up inside. That's pretty unfortunate. I think that may have been the deadhead seat. But pretty cool. This would have been one of those spotter planes that they used in Vietnam. They were unarmed. They would go out and find the enemy troops. They would fire marker missiles off the wings. This is made famous in Bat 21, the movie, with Danny Glover and Gene Hackman, which was a true story. Lieutenant Colonel I.C. Hamblin was shot down. He was in the jungle for a few days, and Danny Glover was charged to find him. Danny Glover's code name was Bird Dog. True story. I actually got to meet I.C. Hamblin and his wife. He was out here in Arizona, met him briefly. Very cool guy. Look at this beauty. My gosh, double prop, chrome. They're working on her. But gosh, look at her. That's where the guns would have been. Isn't she beautiful? Heck of a wingspan. I'm going to duck under this wing. The old Army Air Corps symbol. They have the hatch riveted closed. Like, look inside here, if you can. This. All right, so I'm back home now. You see Mickey. Hi, Mick. Wonderful time there at Champlin Fighter Museum in Mesa, Arizona. I'm going to sign up to take a flight in one of those aircraft. Of course, you have to pay for it. That covers the fuel and everything. So I'll be doing that this fall. So hopefully I could make a recording while I'm flying. It's been my dream to fly in a fighter of any type, so I'll let you guys know about that without a doubt. So I hope you enjoyed that nice little tour. It's in Mesa, Arizona on Greenfield and McKellips Road. $5 to get in. It is definitely worth the trip and worth the admission. A lot of artifacts in there. Those are all authentic airplanes restored to their original condition or as best as they can. The Fokker Wolf was one of my favorites. Of course, the Russian MiG was fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. Bye-bye.